Hi guys, Victoria here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you the second episode of the clearing out my pantry, using up the products that are coming close to their expiry date or already have maybe passed their best by, used by dates. This is already the second episode of this mini-series, so check out the first episode. I'm going to link it up here. In the first episode, we went through my pantry and picked out items, ingredients that I need to use up because they have been there for a long time. They have got lost there or I forgot about them, and I put them all together so that we had a big pile of things that needed to be used up. In this episode, we are going to continue using up those ingredients as well as stuff from my fridge and freezer that also needs to be used up. Of course, I'm combining the ingredients that need to be used up with fresh ingredients that I'm buying in the supermarket. So just to keep in mind that not everything is from the pantry directly. So let's get to making more recipes with all the ingredients that need to be used up from my pantry. Alright, so I'm going to whip up a curry with some of these soya chunks that I have already prepared. They were soaked in water. A little bit of zucchini. It's one small head of zucchini that I'm going to mix together with the soy chunks. I haven't been to the supermarket in a week, and I'm trying to stretch what I have, so this is kind of something that I'm gonna throw together without a recipe. I also took out some cakes from the fridge, which is from January. We made this cake together. It's a pumpkin cake. There is a video with the recipe that I can link in the description box, and I think I will eat the curry that I will whip together with some of these leftover tortillas as well. I'm going to use this ghee today. I have had it in my fridge for a long time and it has already expired, so I'm trying to use it up as well. I also have this green Thai curry paste in my fridge. Very well, had it for a long time. It's not gonna expire anytime soon, but there is not so much left in it, so I will try to use this one as well. And some onions. Alright, I'm putting in this green Thai curry paste. Probably all of it, it's not that much anymore. I'm gonna put some salt. And I think I should chop up some garlic as well. I'm gonna add the zucchini. Some turmeric, and some curry powder that I mix myself. I'm gonna add some water. and the soya chunks. If I had some kind of cream, like cooking cream or coconut cream, I would probably add that. I do have some, but I don't want to open a perfectly new can. And I have some in the freezer, but I didn't think about using that. And so it's still frozen and I wouldn't be able to scrape it out. So we are going with just water. Alright, well, I don't know yet if it's any good, but this is my lunch. I'm gonna have probably another portion after this. And this is the wrap that I heated up. So today I managed to finish this green curry paste and these whole grain tortilla wraps, and now I'm going to snack on these mangoes. So from the risotto I made, I have this pumpkin puree left over, so I'm going to make that same pumpkin cake recipe that I made in that same video where I made the pumpkin risotto in January. So I prepared all the ingredients. This will help me to finish this flour as well. So the recipe is gonna be linked below, but you can also find the way how to make it in my January video. So now I'm just gonna prep it. Alrighty, we finished this flour, but I am pretty sure that in this one is the same flour, so we have a long way to go. Here we go. This cake is bigger than expected. It's good that I still have some pieces from the cake from January in the freezer. Well, now I can add some more. This morning I'm making vegan pancakes. These are the ingredients that I'm going to use. This is the recipe. I will translate it for you in the description box down below. It needs white wheat flour, but I'm replacing it with coconut flour because I need to use up my coconut flour. Baking soda, sugar, I'm replacing that with date syrup, salt, oat milk, applesauce, apple cider vinegar, vanilla, and some oil to bake. And then on top, well, you can put whatever you like. This one says to put peanut butter, some frozen fruits, maybe a banana, and some coconut sugar. First, I'm going to put here all the dry ingredients. I need 170 grams of flour. So this is 150 grams. I'm gonna add some white flour. To top it up to 170. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Not even sure I have enough baking powder. 1 and 2. I would need 45 grams of sugar, but I'm not adding sugar. I'm gonna add the date syrup, some salt, I'm going to add the wet ingredients in the blender. I need 180 milliliters of oat milk, 6 tablespoons of applesauce. I might not have enough. I guess I will have 5. That's what's left in this. Then I need apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons. One teaspoon of vanilla. And I'm gonna add the date syrup as the sweetener instead of sugar. I will have to try that. I'm gonna mix this up and then I'm gonna add the dry ingredients into this mixture. Okay, I didn't even add, maybe I added half of the dry ingredients, and this mixture is way too dry. So I'm gonna add some milk, and I probably won't add all the dry ingredients. This is still way too thick for a pancake. It's probably because I used the different kind of flour and it just acts differently. This is a fail, I guess. Well guys, this is pretty much a fail. I guess I shouldn't have used coconut flour instead of white wheat flour. This is what we are left with. I guess I can make Kaiserschmarrn out of it. It's like traditional Hungarian Austrian dessert, which looks like this, basically. So I guess that's what I'm gonna try to do. Well, I definitely finished this one anyway. Alright, so this is what we ended up with instead of pancakes. I am not sure if... I mean, it looks like Kaiserschmarrn, which we traditionally eat with jam, so I put some plum marmalade to go with it and some mangoes cut up, and we'll see. I am making some oatmeal here, and I am going to flavor it with different things. Some of it I need to use up. I'm going to add some flaxseed, ground flaxseed. I'm going to add some cashew cream. I'm adding from these goji berries, which I haven't used in a very long time. I'm going to add some ground almonds as well. Maybe half and half tomorrow. I'm going to sweeten it with some of this date syrup. And I am adding some sour cherries as well, which were coming from the jar. And our porridge is ready. And last night I finished these chips, so this is ready to go to the trash. Today I'm putting together some leftover food. I have these tortillas, corn tortillas. I have some curry that I need to finish ASAP. I have some leftover tofu in breadcrumbs, baked tofu. I still have some of these olives that I already cut up. I have some leftover cherry tomatoes. I have some salad, so I'm going to make some wraps. So I'm heating up this one for the wraps to assemble. And then here I have some chickpeas getting cooked from dried chickpeas, and then later on I will make some wraps with the chickpeas as well. It's hot. I might have to take it out to be able to fold it. I'm quickly going to make a sauce for this, or a dip, with some yogurt, natural yogurt. Natural yogurt and this hot garlic and onion dip. Oh yeah, good. Oh yeah, that looks good. I didn't manage to wrap it very nicely, but it's gonna taste good. Today I'm making this apple, ginger and coconut birchal muesli. This is an overnight, basically overnight oats, but I'm making it in the morning and I'm attempting to use the sunflower seeds. I'm using this coconut milk which was in my freezer. It's definitely not enough. According to the recipe I would need 400 milliliters. This is probably barely 200, but that's what we are working with. I need lemon, I need oats. This is what I'm gonna assemble. I need also some ginger, and that's it. Let's get going. Here we go. So I am halving the recipe. I'm putting 50 grams of rolled oats, this barely 200 milliliters of coconut milk, canned coconut milk. Maybe I will put some water in addition as well. There we go. Then I need to add some apple. Half an apple grated. Then grate in some ginger. And some sunflower seeds. It's an interesting addition to this. I wouldn't have thought about it. And some lemon juice. I think I can add more oats to this. And maybe a bit more of the sunflower seeds. And now I have to let it sit. Normally it should go overnight. So let's see, maybe in the afternoon I can eat it as a snack, or I will eat it tomorrow morning. Very lemony, gingery. The apple that I used is a green apple, which is normally quite sour, and it wanted actually to use a sweet apple like Granny Smith, but this is what was on sale, so this is what I used. So it's quite sour at the moment. Maybe I will have to add some sweetener when I eat this. At the moment this is how it looks. And now we will put it in the fridge. Yesterday I finished this as a snack, and today I am making popcorn as a snack. I am adding butter, waiting for it to melt, and then I'm adding the popcorn kernels, putting on the top, moving the popcorn around, and waiting for them to pop. few pieces of butter to this, and now I'm adding salt. Not sure what's the best way. Exactly, to avoid that. But still mix this. I have been inspired to make a beetroot brownie. So I have 2 beetroots cut up and boiling here to soften. I prepared all other ingredients, but I don't have, basically half of the ingredients I don't have enough of. I needed 360 grams of dates. The amount of dates that I had is around 200 grams. So I'm gonna use this date syrup to sweeten, finish this up as well. And if I need more sweetening, I will use maple syrup. I need 60 grams of almond butter, I believe. I don't have almond butter. I have cashew butter, but this is not enough. So I'm gonna put the cashew butter as well as peanut butter in the recipe. I need 75 grams of coconut powder. I definitely don't have enough coconut powder. I have actually very little, so I'm gonna finish this coconut powder up. And I have some chocolate, dark chocolate that I can use, so I'm gonna melt this. This is 2 of this size, and then I'm gonna add this one, the third one, to melt it and add it to push up the chocolate content. And then I would need some chocolate chips, which I also don't have. So one of the pieces of dark chocolate I cut up into small pieces. And what else? And since I have this coconut, I am going to put this on top as well. And instead of flour, this recipe uses almond flour or almonds, but I definitely didn't have enough almonds, so I decided to use that leftover coconut flour from the failed pancake / Kaiserschmarrn recipe in order to have more for the recipe. We will see, because this coconut flour definitely acts differently than the almond flour, and this is still less than what the recipe requires, so we will see how much of this I will use and how much more flour I will have to add to it. Alrighty, the beetroots have been cooked. I added already the cashew butter inside the food processor. Now I'm going to add the beetroots, and since they are hot, they are going to help the almond butter to soften a little bit, because it's a bit dried out, because it was the bottom of the jar that I added. I am going to use this hot water to melt my chocolate afterwards. Oopsie. And hope this will work. I really do. And I have to add also the pitted dates into this, which were soaking in this water. Let me just first mix this one and then go from there, because it might not fit all. Too many ingredients for my small food processor. In the meantime, my chocolate started to melt nicely. going to add these dates. Or at least part of them. Maybe just that much for now. And the milk. Oh, that looks beautiful. How pink is that? I'm gonna add most. I'm gonna add the rest of the dates. It's a very expensive recipe, the original one. I'm going to link it in the description box, but I'm definitely not following it 100%. It's more of an inspiration, and let's see how much success I can get out of it, considering that I have failed with the pancakes when I was making changes to the recipe. They say when baking you shouldn't make changes because you should strictly follow the recipes, and I never really agreed to that, but sometimes it's really true. Here I have the coconut flour and almond flour mixture. I'm going to add to this all the cacao powder that I have. Then I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And I'm going to add the beetroot mixture. Let's mix it up and see how dry/wet this batter becomes. I might have the same issue with the dryness again as with the pancakes. I definitely won't add more flour to this. So it turns out that coconut flour is a very drying ingredient. Anyway, it's still soft, it's fine. I will need to give this a taste test to see the sweetness level. I haven't added the date syrup yet. I will add the dark chocolate before. Let's mix in the melted dark chocolate. You know what's not in here? What is interesting for a brownie recipe? There is no fat, no oil in this recipe. I love how pink it is. Okay, let's give this a taste test. It's quite sweet actually. I don't think it would need more sweetening, but I really want to use up this date syrup, so I'm gonna add it. It's very little anyway that is left in here, and I just really want to finish it. So we used up all of our dates in this, our date syrup. that leftover coconut flour mixture, all of my almonds, the cashew butter, so it's like a true using up leftovers recipe. Hoppala. Well, at least the way I made it. The original recipe is probably the opposite because it requires a lot of ingredients, like 360 grams of dates. I put 200 in this and it's sweet enough. No, sorry, the 360 grams was the almond flour or ground almonds. And then the dates were also 350, if I remember correctly. I will link the recipe anyway, for your convenience. Okay, this is as much as I can get out of this. There is still some there I can see, but it tastes very nice, like in this form, in this raw form, let's say. And I'm gonna bake it. Forgot to add the chocolate chips that I already prepared, so here we go. Chocolate chips instead of chocolate chips, I have dark chocolate cut up into small pieces. So weird way that this one is going down. So let's put this back in the oven now that the chocolate on top is not missing anymore. I also almost forgot to add the coconut on top, but I added it a little bit later on and it baked with the coconut. Here is the brownie. Still can't see much. It's very soft, chocolatey. The chocolate chip on top melted very nicely. Tastes good. These are the leftover ingredients from this challenge. At the end of the 2 episodes, I still have some of these roasted onions. They are still okay. I used them a little bit in the taco salad that I made in the first episode, but I still have some inside. I still have the goji berries. I tried to use some of it up in the porridge, but haven't managed to use all of them up. I still have probably half of the coconut, but it's very little, so maybe if I bake or cook something the next time I can finish this. These are something that I have not used at all during this challenge, but I made a snack jar with all my favorite seeds and nuts. There are pistachios in there, there are cashews, there are corns, and I also put some of these seeds in there, some of these sunflower seeds, so that I can just snack on this whenever I feel like something salty. Then I still have a little bit of these pumpkin seeds. That's also not a lot. If I make something next time that I can use this for, it will be finished. I might make some granola or some granola bars, and then this will be used up. I still have this psyllium husk, which I'm going through continuously as I'm making my smoothies. I drink smoothies or like protein shake maybe 4 or 5 times a week now. I made popcorn once and I made a little bit of a dent, but I can make probably popcorn with this amount 3 or 4 more times. And these soya chunks, I still have half of them. I made 2 recipes with them. I have in mind what else to make, so I will continue to go through these and maybe even continue to film it. And the only thing that I didn't touch at all are these soybeans, and because I didn't know what to do with them, I have still a lot, probably at least half a kilo, if not more. And one of you have recommended me to try to make soy milk, which is something that I can attempt to do maybe the coming weekend. I know that I could try to make tempeh with soybeans, but that's just way too difficult for me at this stage of my life that I just don't want to attempt to do that. So this will be made into soy milk most likely. Yeah, so it's definitely a smaller pile than it used to be. I managed to use up a lot of the things, or I managed to make a dent in some of these as well. So I would call this successful. And as I'm going to start spring cleaning this week, I will also have to defrost my freezer, and there are definitely a few things that I need to use up from the freezer. So I will continue making recipes with the pantry stuff, with the stuff from my fridge and freezer that will aim at using up the things that I have. So subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell button to be notified when I upload, so that you can follow my next videos where I'm cooking with what I already have in my kitchen. What you could also notice in this video is that you don't necessarily have to always follow the recipes that you find. What I do when I'm cooking, and sometimes also with baking, is that I use these recipes as an inspiration, and then I change it up depending on what I have at home already, so that I don't have to go out and buy more stuff. If I can make it without, having to go to the supermarket, because I'm lazy, I'm like, I go to the supermarket once a week, I don't want to go every day or every second day, because that's a lot of wasted time. So I like to be efficient, and if I can't make a recipe because I don't have all the ingredients, I can still attempt to do that, or switch ingredients around, or switch ingredients out. Just be creative and be a little bit bold as well, because you never know what you will end up with. You might fail sometimes, but honestly, I have been trying all these different things, and I never really had a big fail, like only a few times where really the thing that I made was unedible. But even in this video I made the recipe which was a fail, but I could still eat it. It was just not what I wanted to make. But at the end of the day, it was food, it was tasty, and I used up some stuff from my pantry. So thank you for tagging along. Don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to be creative and have fun in the kitchen as well. Let me know if you got inspired to also go through your pantry and try to clean out your kitchen and use up the things that are coming close to their best by date, or may have already passed the expiration date. A lot of the things can still be used after that, so just try it and make sure not to poison yourself. Thank you for tagging along. Hit the like button if you like this video. I hope to see you at my next videos. Until then, goodbye.